I got my boss fired using his own rules. My boss stole my promotion, so I spent 30 days becoming his favorite employee, just to get him fired. Yeah, that sentence sounds insane, but it's exactly what happened. I worked at a small tech company, and everyone knew I was next in line for a team lead position. I'd been there for 3 years, trained new hires, fixed other people's mistakes, and even worked weekends. Then, one Monday morning, my boss Kyle called me into his office. He smiled and said, "Good news. We found the perfect person for the promotion." It was his cousin. Not joking. His cousin had been working there for 2 months. I was angry, but I didn't argue. I just nodded and said, "Makes sense." That's when Kyle made his biggest mistake. He started bragging about how he believed in strict accountability. Late by 1 minute? Documented. Miss a deadline? Documented. Break company policy? Documented. He loved rules, as long as they applied to everyone else. So for the next 30 days, I became the perfect employee. I arrived early. I volunteered for projects. I praised Kyle in meetings. I even brought coffee for the team. Kyle loved it. What he didn't know was that I was also documenting everything. Every time he arrived late, every time he approved his cousin's mistakes, every time he used company resources for personal errands, every time he skipped mandatory reports that he forced the rest of us to complete. And the best part? He sent most of it through email and Slack. Then came the annual compliance audit. Kyle held a meeting and said, "If anyone's been violating policy, this is your chance to come clean." The room went silent. I raised my hand. Kyle smirked, probably thinking he'd finally caught me. I said, "Actually, I'm concerned that management hasn't been following the accountability standards outlined in the employee handbook." Then I connected my laptop to the projector. One by one, I showed the emails. Late arrivals, unauthorized approvals, favoritism, missing reports, policy exceptions made for his cousin. And my favorite slide was a screenshot of Kyle writing, "Rules are rules, no exceptions." The HR manager looked like she'd seen a ghost. Kyle turned bright red. 2 weeks later, he was terminated. His cousin quit the same day. And the funniest part? HR offered me the team lead position. I accepted. So yeah, I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I just followed my boss's favorite rule. No exceptions.